And 6 is, oh, okay, there you go, the Lions. No Rams yet? I'm sorry. I'm not. You can call me a Rams fan. I'm not. But I am a truth teller. The Rams have a very good defensive line. But the Lions come in at 6th. And it writes here with Aiden Hutchinson. I'll read it. The Lions' defensive line may deserve a higher ranking based on paper talent. Wow. But there are quite a few question marks surrounding the health of its top players. Well, Aiden Hutchinson was on track to have a Defensive Player of the Year caliber season in 2024 and led all edge rushers with a 94. This is crazy, by the way. 94.9 PFF overall grade. It remains to be seen how quickly he can get back to his top form. Similarly, even though Aleem McNeil is considered one of the best young interior defenders in the league and ranked 9th in 2024 with a 79.6 PFF overall grade, it remains to be seen when he'll make his season debut in 2025. Once that pair is back to full health, this unit could still very well be one of the best in the NFL. So let's break down the Lions depth chart, and then I'll go past because I need to see where some of these other teams are ranked. All right. And maybe we can just do that right now, actually, just to kind of scroll through. So we have the Lions at 6, Browns at 7. Okay. I mean, it's really just Myles Garrett, Mason Graham, who's really good. So I whatever. Broncos. They're really good. Rams are 9th. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. I'm sorry. 10th, Ravens, 11 Dolphins, 12 Cowboys. Okay. We don't need to go any farther than that. So I'm going to be honest. The Lions should probably be 7 then because the Rams need to be higher. I'm sorry. They just do. But let's pull up this here. Let me do this for a second. I'll pull up this depth chart, and you guys can look at the defensive line for the Lions, and I'll show you. We'll see what they're working with. Why not? Let's see what they're working with. And then we can judge it based off what we see. So here's what we got. All right. You look at the defensive line. Aiden Hutchinson, Aleem McNeil, DJ Reader, Marcus Davenport. That's your starters. Obviously, Aleem's injured, but he'll be back. But healthy, that's what you got. Aleem, we know what he is. Very good. Very good. Just has to really put up the numbers, which I think he will. Aiden Hutchinson, don't even need to speak on him. All right. Defensive Player of the Year this year. Just watch. DJ Reader, who, he's a good defensive tackle, good nose tackle. He does his job. And then Marcus Davenport, who I don't really know what to say. I don't. Because on paper, yeah, you like him, but in reality, he just can't stay healthy. So it's hard to even value him because he can't stay healthy. So that's a tough one to really predict there. But depth-wise is what I like about the Lions. Josh Paschal, Levi Onwuzurike, Tyleik Williams, AQM, Roy Lopez, Mekhi Wingo. I mean, they have Ahmed Hassanin. They have so much depth that if you want to make that your argument, even though I would slightly disagree when you're trying to compare them to the Rams, I think that's your best argument, is to look at this defensive line and go, hey, man, they go like 8 deep, 7 deep. They might be more top-heavy, but they still got guys that can play. I mean, the fact that Tyleik is going to be playing, but he's really on this depth chart behind DJ Reader, which I think he'll beat him out at some point because he's that good. But that's pretty good. I mean, Levi Onwuzurike had a decent year last year. I mean, he got better, and he's still your backup, man. I've interrupted the video to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Comer & Cross, and their one-day installation for concrete floor coatings, garages, basements, patios. They do it all. And I'm sure you're tired of staring at your crack-stained garage floor. Well, I have the answer for you. Comer & Cross in their summer installation sale, they're offering 12 months same as cash or $500 in savings. Why put it off? You can contact the number, 248-834-3488. They transform patios, pool decks, basements, even driveways. They do it all. And the best part is they move the stuff out for you. They repair your cracks and pits before applying your stunning new floor, guaranteed. Comer & Cross concrete floors never chip, crack, or peel like epoxy or paint. Again, you could call the number, 248-834-3488, or you can book your free estimate at comercross.com. Let's get back to the video. Josh Paschal is a good depth piece. I don't know about a starter, but he's a good depth piece. AQM, he's capable. Ahmed Hassanin, I think he needs a little more development. Roy Lopez, solid defensive tackle. Mekhi Wingo, question mark, but I like Mekhi a lot, personally. So there's a lot to like here, there is. And I think the biggest question mark, the biggest X factor, guys, to this defensive line being a great unit comes down to the biggest question that none of us have the answer to, which is, can Marcus Davenport stay healthy? That is the biggest question. If Marcus Davenport can stay healthy and be productive, and I'm not asking the guy to get 10 sacks, all right? All I'm asking for is Marcus Davenport to be, put up defensive end 2 numbers, which is somewhere in the ballpark of, 6 to 8 sacks. You guys can comment and disagree, whatever the number is. I don't really care. I'm not going to argue it. But be a defensive end 2. Put up those numbers, stay healthy. And if you could do that, then I think this defensive line looks even better. I think he's the X factor. I know the easy one will be Aiden, but if you really think about it, if Marcus Davenport looks like Marcus Davenport when he's healthy and playing well, which I think he can, he's a good player. He just can't stay healthy. If he's staying healthy, this defensive line is going to make some plays, man. They're going to make some plays. And they have a lot of depth, and that really shows that Brad learned from last year. I mean, it's not really learning because it's hard to predict that many injuries. So I don't even want to say that. But I think it woke him up, or at least enlightened him to be like, hey, man, we could lose half the roster in a couple of weeks. All right. We found out that's true. That could happen. No one thought that would happen. But now you have all these guys at depth sitting behind, ready to play, that are pretty good. You can keep guys fresh. Aiden's going to be playing a lot, but Aleem gets back. Is he going to be 100%? You have Tyleek now. Le'Veon Zarico can play that 3-tech spot. So if there are situations where maybe Tyleek can play nose tackle, if there is an injury to DJ Reader, you can have Levi still playing some snaps at defensive tackle, 3-tech for Aleem McNeil. So, the depth looks nice. It's just, I think people are, again, this is why Zadarius Smith is so valued and people want him so bad, is he'll stay healthy. You'll know he'll produce. And he's not a problem in the locker room. Not that Marcus Davenport is, but there's just really no question marks with Zadarius. And I know people want to nitpick and say, well, he's not the greatest run defender and he doesn't really set the edge. Guys, there's guys who, everyone has a role, and you like a defensive end to be able to do everything like Aiden. You're just not going to find that. It's harder to find that. Should say that. You're not going to. It's harder to find that. A guy who can just do it all. Defend the run, rush the passer, do everything at a high level. Zadarius Smith is 32, 33 years old. He's not going to be perfect. But I will tell you this. Stays healthy, plays hard, gets sacks. So he'll definitely help getting into the quarterback. But that's why people want him, man. Imagine Marcus Davenport in a more of a depth role. He could stay healthy, keep him fresh, less pressure for not only him to perform, because I know he's going to put a lot on himself, but you're not depending on him as much, And if they sign Zadarius Smith, now they're in the top 3 conversation probably. They're even higher. Top 4, top 3, top 5, whatever you want to do. I would still take the Rams, maybe Steelers, maybe Giants. But after that, it's like, who are you arguing? And you might even be able to argue one of those teams. So that's why this Zadarius thing, man, is just always still getting traction, because of what this defensive line is right now. It is good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not trying to say that at all. But it would make them a lot better. And it's exciting. And it would make Terron Arnold better, make the secondary better, make the defense better. Let's just make Calvin Shepard's job as easy as possible. Can we do that? Is that possible? Can we do that? I mean, I'm not saying his job's hard right now, but I'm saying make it even easier. All right? But I think 6, 7 range, I'd probably put him 7 right now. But with Zadarius, they could be top 5. Top 4. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.